Hi everyone, it's me, Moonlight Guidance. I hope you are doing well. We're going to have a look and see what is coming through for your reading. This is for all star signs. So if you are here, hello and welcome. I feel like it is a sign that there are messages for you, and we will take a look and see what is coming through. And it's a safe space where you are always very, very welcome. Okay, so let's take a look and see. Alright, so I can see here that you worry deeply and sort of wonder quite deeply about a specific person here. And for this person, it's almost like, you see them sort of go out into the world, they have a great time, they seem very like optimistic about things. They seem really great, like they've got their life together, they've got everything together, and that's the kind of thing that they actually want you to see about them. I feel here that they hide things, okay? So the Eight of Cups does show them sort of like hiding things, and they like to make people think that, they're very confident, they're very strong, they know exactly what they want in life, they know what to do in life, like they've got their life together, that they are strong, and that they have this vision, of what's going to happen. Like in the sense that by looking at this person from the outside, you would think like, oh, this person's strong, they got their life together, things like that. And that they are very sort of like well-rounded. What's really interesting here is that behind the scenes, this person really does not want you to know their struggles. This is the kind of person that has been, honestly, like they've gone through, I feel, childhood trauma, they've gone through a lot of sadness, a lot of pain, they've gone through a lot of struggles when it comes to work and finances and career and things like that. They've gone through a lot of just challenges upon challenges, okay, and like just constantly sort of like going through this sort of energy of feeling like they just can't catch a break. And through that, they've become quite emotionally numb. So from childhood as well, if they were always trying to do things, they would never really be seen or heard or valued. So they oftentimes felt really like unheard, unseen, and just not, great in that sense. And as they have gotten older as well, especially with work and things like that, like they would constantly be doing, trying, and not really be respected for the work that they are doing. And so they would feel, again, very undervalued for the things that they are doing. And so they would just learn to emotionally sort of suppress things. They oftentimes feel like what they do doesn't really matter anyway, so why really express feelings or do this or really show a lot of care. This is one of the reasons why this person is emotionally perhaps not as open. They like to do things, okay, they like to go places, do things, take action, but when it comes to emotionally expressing things, they have a very hard time. So yes, they can do things for people and sort of go here, go there, go everywhere. But when it comes to emotionally sort of being close to a person, emotionally expressing things, they really become, they start to, what's the word? They start to falter. What's that word? When they start to, there's a word for it. It's not falter. It's like, it just doesn't work, okay? It just doesn't work. And they start to get very sort of like overwhelmed, anxious, and then they start to sort of put up a front and start to be more confident again. So if that's something that I really want to say here as well, is that they don't want you to sort of find out that they have emotional difficulties, because that's a real sense of like vulnerability for them, and they don't really like to talk too much about their emotions in that sense. Now that's something that they have to figure out, something that they have to work on within themselves. But the more you question them on things emotionally, the more you try to press them on things emotionally, the more you try to get them to open up to you emotionally, the more they will back away. It's not something that they are ready for. It's not something that they like doing. They can get really overwhelmed and overworked by that, because it's a side to themselves that they don't even properly know about themselves, right? So how can they show you a side to themselves when they probably don't even know how to operate that side? It's a little bit like, how can you expect stability from a person that is not very stable within themselves? They're going to find it hard to give you something that they can't even give to themselves. So this is something that I am like really picking up on here, is that they themselves find it very hard to do these kinds of things, because they themselves don't feel it so much within themselves. So what I see here is that like they obviously really don't want you to know that they struggle emotionally and that they have these hardships, right? They want you to think of them as someone that's strong, that's got themselves together. Queen of Swords, you know, they they kind of just want you to be you know, appreciative of the things that they can do rather than the things that they cannot. But you know, they sort of run away from that side, as we see here as well. They kind of gloss over that as well. So that's something we see here with the Seven of Swords and the Seven of Cups. They like to think of themselves as very well balanced, like there's nothing wrong with them. It's a story that they tell themselves, okay, that they try to then project onto you, that they have no problems whatsoever. Like they are not emotionally stressed. They are not emotionally sort of like low or emotionally unhealed, that they're actually okay. That's like the story they like to tell everyone, because that's what they tell to themselves, okay? But they are sort of self-sabotaging themselves in that sense, which is why you may also feel like there's not much of a connection between you both as well, because they're not really doing much or saying much emotionally that makes you feel connected to this person. And so, you know, you feel like there's a disconnect, and you can kind of feel like there's something off. And that's what we see here, okay, especially with the strength, is that they like to come across as macho and strong, but that's actually not the case overall at all. And so this is what we sort of see. Now, aside from that as well, is this person going to learn and grow and heal? Yes, because they are going to learn lots of lessons. You see, Page of Swords here shows as well that they are going to go through sort of like some challenges, some ups and downs that will basically make them realize that they can't keep running away from their emotions all the time, that they have to be a little bit more kind of on the right page with themselves. Does that make sense? Like on the right page. Excuse my pun with the right page, but they will understand that they've got to do things properly, they've got to kind of get themselves together. That's something that they will also realize as well. So what kind of lesson is this? Because you know what? Regardless of what they're doing, Ten of Cups shows that in the end they will be able to live a very happy life, and one that is actually quite emotionally satisfying and fulfilling. So they will not stay emotionally unavailable for life. They're going to go through a healing process. Something here is going to make them hit rock bottom, which will make them realize actually that the way that they've been living, the way that they've been doing things, has been full of emotional suppression. Anytime emotion comes up, they suppress it. But it's like a volcano. One point it's going to erupt, emotions will come out, feelings will be felt, and when feelings are felt, it is hard to unfeel those feelings. What will happen then is that there is some kind of female influence in their life. It could be a mother, aunt, grandmother. Someone in their life will say, have you thought about therapy, getting help, you know? And what they will do is that they will then get help, and they will then realize what they then have to do, and that will then trigger them to properly come to a place where they can actually heal and understand their emotions. And so they will actually get some help that will allow them to heal and understand their emotions, and then they will be so much more in tune with their emotions, and this can then allow them to be proactive towards people around them emotionally, to feel that connection but also not to hide away from it. It's a bit of a process for them, but it is something that is going to progress and happen for them and give them a lot more joy and satisfaction in their life. So healing is definitely something that will happen for them. It is definitely something that is going to take place. They will no longer then self-sabotage things. They can then be much more proactive also towards you, in understanding you, in caring about you, in doing things for you that is a bit more sort of like emotional, you know, whether it's like writing you something, doing something for you that has a bit more context than just like doing it for you, you know what I mean? And then not having any emotion about it. They can be a lot more sort of like understanding and sort of grounded about that as well, from what I am seeing, which can then give you a bit more clarity for where you stand with them as well. But also, it's really beneficial for their own personal growth and personal healing, and they will start to feel better and stronger and happier in their life as well as things progress and get better for them. So they will start to feel so much more uplifted and so much more content and so much more motivated and happier as well. And things in their life will only just continue to escalate and grow in a much more positive way, where they feel so much stronger, which is obviously really positive. But this is something they don't want you to know right now, and I think quizzing them on this and asking for a lot from them emotionally is definitely something that will just make you push them back. So I feel like I really had to, you know, this reading has come about in such a way where I have to like sort of tell you that, because you may not be aware that this is something that they deal with to such a degree that they could like push you back, you know, push you away for. So that's what I'm seeing. So yeah, this is your reading, kind of like short, sweet, and very much to the point, in all honesty. But yeah, this is what we have. This is your reading. I really hope that it gives you clarity and information and some form of like knowledge on the situation. I do offer like healing rituals as well if anyone is ever interested. I also offer as well personal tarot readings if anyone had any personal questions they need answered. But there's also, yeah, rituals for like love, money, success, marriage, career, healing, black magic removal, protection rituals for beauty, home, business, etc. All of the rituals work on healing, which then allows the intention to manifest. And also there is the intention items as well, which have thousands of 5-star reviews. They are handmade, meditated with, and saged. Really beautiful items, which again have thousands of 5-star reviews, and they're really special. You can put some of the items like the embroidered cards under your pillow, and everything is always linked down below and on shopmoonlightguidance.com. And there's also TikTok and Instagram. I post short readings on there every day. Moonlight.guidance on Instagram, Moonlight Guidance on TikTok, and I'll see you all very soon. Like, everything's always down there.